Hello, we are back finally. After an exciting day, we have our last game. We have the University of Rochester against Miami, Ohio. Miami walking the quaffle down with number 1, Evan Baker. Makes a run for it around the hoops. Attempted beat by Rochester. Looks like they're going to find a lane, and they do. First goal of this game very quickly for Miami. Miami just faced QC Pitt and lost. They're having a bit of a mixed day. Miami is 2-1 right now, and Rochester is 0-3. A win for Rochester would really help them in bracket play seeding. Bracket play is tomorrow. A little bit of action behind the hoops. Rochester has it through 26. 26 has it. They attempt to score, and it does not go in. Miami's slowing it down, but Rochester speeding it up to prepare. Rochester with bludger control right now. Miami doing a bit of a pump fake. Number 1 again, bringing up the quaffle. The goal goes through. And that is another goal for Miami. Score is 20-10. That was scored by Evan Baker. For those just joining us, this is the 2021 Great Lakes Regional Championship in Westchester Township, Ohio, at the beautiful Voice of America Metro Park. Special thanks to our hosts, Butler County Visitors Bureau, as well as the Westchester Metro Parks for all of their support. That is a goal from the University of Rochester, but I missed who made it. University of Rochester might be 0-3, but they have not let up for all of the games that I've watched them. This is my second or third time watching University of Rochester today. They are a surprising, scrappy team. Of course, if you know some Quidditch history, Rochester famously won our national championship in 2011. Miami making an attempt to score by number 1 again, and it happens. Evan Baker is on fire, or probably not on fire, just very cold and determined, and makes his 3rd goal in nearly as many minutes. Anyway, University of Rochester famously won U.S. Quidditch Cup, our national championship, in 2018. It's great to see them here. Great to see them at the Great Lakes Regional Championship. Rochester, number 23, making a pass for it. It is made a try for it. It did not go in, but then recovered by, I believe, number 53, Zachary Sobel-Pressman. Number 53, a great player for Rochester. Been very, very impressed with their determination and grit all day. It looks like keeper Evan Baker, I believe, again, bringing up the quaffle for Miami, flanked by their beater, of course. University of Rochester does not have bludger control. Miami does. Number one did not have it. The keeper for Miami is number 69, Deck Palmer. Deck Palmer attempts to shoot, I believe, and it does not go in. It goes off to the side. I think that is going to be a turnover to the University of Rochester. Now number 23 has it for Rochester, Sam Hauser. Slowing things down a little bit, waiting for the beaters to catch up. Miami does still have bludger control. Number 23, Sam Hauser, making a nice fluffy pass to 45, I believe, but it does not land in the hands of Rochester. And number 69, I believe, Deck Palmer, they are bringing up the quaffle for their team, but they have passed it. I believe that is back to number 1, Evan Baker, who has made all 3 of Miami's goals so far. Miami has been successful at this tournament before. If I recall correctly, they definitely won it a few years ago. That is a attempted shot by Baker. It does not go in. There's a bit of a scuffle in the back, bit of a turtle, Rochester Beaters coming over there, number 16, Madeline Fordham. And that is a great goal from number 1 to Baker to Palmer. A great assist there, despite the scuffle behind the hoops. Very impressed with the awareness of Miami, Ohio to keep the play going. And of course, the strong positioning of Baker and Palmer to ensure that they could capitalize on that determination. Score is 40-20. Miami is in the lead. Number 35 bringing the quaffle over. It does not go in though. Number 35 for University of Rochester is Michael Perrell. There's a fast break, but there is a turnover. Passes to number 31 who passes it over. I believe that is to 1, hoping to make a 4th goal, but it does not happen. Quaffle is back in the hands of Rochester with number 35, Michael Perrell. Number 57, no, number 35 has the quaffle. Again, Michael Perrell for Rochester, bringing it up, flanked by the Beaters. Nearly makes it a little bit too short in the center hoop. It bounces off the hoop, and it is a turnover. Deck Palmer is bringing it up again, but a little bit slower. Looked like they were about to run. Their team does not have bludger control, and I think that was a wise move on Palmer's part to stop that run, because the Rochester Beaters are right there. They nearly beat Palmer, but looks like it is dropped anyway. Number 36 or 31 potentially had it on Miami, but now it is turned over to Rochester. Number 35, Michael Perrell, bringing the quaffle up the center for Rochester, going off a little bit to the right there. Miami with bludger control. Perrell is going up the side, flanked by their beater, number 57, Malcolm Orange. And it looks like there is attempted goal for Rochester, and it does go in. Score is now 50-30. This is a very fast-paced game. I believe this might be our first stoppage. So game time is somewhere close to actual real time, so somewhere between 7 to 8 minutes. We've had 7 goals scored. It's really cool to see this from Rochester, especially because they just came off of a grueling game with Columbia. They did get a break, of course, as did Miami. We're just waiting for a call on the play. And the result of that conference is that there is a quaffle turnover. Goal is good, but now the quaffle is with number 53, Zachary Silverpressman. Head referee for this game, by the way, is Alec Powers. Very experienced head referee, used to be on USQ staff, formerly with ISU Firebirds, as well as, I believe, currently plays for Chicago United. And that is another goal for University of Rochester. I am not surprised that happened. Zachary Silverpressman is a very, very good scorer. Definitely one of Rochester's stronger players here that they have today. And of course, if you give him the quaffle right there, he is just going to go for it. Evan Baker bringing up the quaffle in the center, passing it to 0, who is perfectly positioned. Fantastic placement by number 0, Madison Cox. Communicated that she was there, and now the The ball is with University of Rochester. Perel bringing it up in the center slowly. Miami does have bludger control right now. Perel crosses the midfield line. Looks like he's heading up the right side a little bit. Number 23 heading along the side, maybe to position. Being back to hoops, keeper just saw that. Deck Palmer just pointed to that chaser that's a little bit unmarked right now, a little bit not. Perel's making a run for it. Passes to number 23, who is beat, unfortunately, and Miami recovers it. No, excuse me. Rochester has it, number 53. And then number 42 picked it up, but they are beat. 69 is running through and did not quite make it. Unfortunately, Deck Palmer did not make that goal that time. And it is a turnover back to University of Rochester. Deck bantering with some of the spectators on the sidelines here. Great to see a few people sticking it out with the rest of us as we watch these teams. Your seeding for tomorrow is incredibly important because the way that we're doing ladder brackets, if you start too low, you don't have an opportunity to fight for the championship, but you can continue to fight for a bid. So if you want to be going for that championship title, as I'm sure all of these teams are, but especially Miami, this one is incredibly important. But also determines your placing if you're not in that championship bracket in the other places on the ladder. Some great beater action going on, by the way. A pass from about midfieldish to the back of the hoops does not really happen the way Rochester wants, and now Miami is running it up the field. 69 trying again, getting tackled by number 23, gets up, gets down again. They are turtling the ball. And they are fighting for the ball now as the beaters come. And I'm not sure who has the ball in now. It's still with 69. Who gets it through? No? Yes. And Baker recovers it and get scored. No, excuse me, that was 31. Preston Sanders. Goal is no good, however. Sanders, I believe it was Sanders was beat before. Score is 50-40 with Miami in the lead by 10 points. Game time is 11 minutes. There's 9 more minutes in this part of the game before we have the intermission. Well, approximately. Number 23 on U of R bringing up the quaffle. Sam Hauser. Going to the right seems to be Rochester's lane of choice, but Palmer catches that pass intended to the goal, makes a run for it. There doesn't appear to be any bludgers, just some chasers that might tackle him, and he goes down. It might be recovered, but it is clearly in the keeper zone of the other team. But it looks like one might recover, and it did go in. Is that number 1? No, excuse me. That was not number 1. That was 31, I believe, Preston Sanders. Preston Sanders with that goal for Miami, making it now 60-40. .35 bringing up the quaffle, getting kind of close, but there's a lot of pressure from Miami players who and that he is beat. Number 31 Preston Sanders tries to make a run for it, but unfortunately is beat, and the quaffle is now with number 42 Fiona Gaffney on Rochester. Fiona's bringing along the right side, passes to number 23, who gets it before it goes out of bounds, I think, nearly. No, it is now U of R, or excuse me, Miami that has it, but there is a stop. I'm not sure what for. When I find out, I will let you know. there's a yellow card on U of R. Number 18, Shira Hirsch, illegal contact. Illegal dive. They're going to be in the penalty box for 1 minute. Sounds like this is Hirsch's first card ever. Remember, it's the first time for everything. The temperature is dropping, and with that, there might be rising condensation on the grass as potentially things start to maybe freeze a little bit. I don't know if it's quite freezing yet. It's not. It's mid-40s, quite balmy over here. But this turf does get a little bit slippery. Miami bringing up the quaffle slowly. Deck Palmer walking it on the center. Flanked, of course, by beater Miami with bludger control. Both beaters staying by, ending by Palmer initially, but looking to make some protection. Great swat by the Miami beater. Palmer looks like he could go in, or excuse me, it looks like that was passed to number 31 Sanders, but their score does not go in. Their goal does not go in, and instead it rolls off pitch. It is a turnover. 13:45 is game time. Approximately 6 minutes until intermission. Number 35 bringing the quaffle up slowly, passes to 23. Sam Hauser. And that was a delay of game warning. A little bit of pressure from Madison Cox on Miami. 23 just going back and forth as Madison adds more and more pressure, passes it to 35, who attempts to make a shot, but it does not go in. 31 Sanders making a run for it. There is a call. We need an injury sub for U of R. Unfortunately, I hope the player is okay. Miami brought a small roster to this tournament, about 11, similar to what we saw with Creighton and Blue Jay, excuse me. I think West Michigan might have had a little bit less. Some teams, of course. Oh, and the U of R player is walking off the field. Thankfully, I'm glad they are okay. Safety is number one priority here at Quidditch tournaments. Players are remounting and play will resume on the head referee's whistle. Score is 60-40. Miami is in the lead. Sanders passes the quaffle to Palmer, who starts to take it up, looking on the right side, flanked by number 33 on Miami, Olivia Scott. Palmer sees the lane, passes it 2-0. It is deflected, though, by number 35. But Sanders might go get it, but it ran off pitch, unfortunately, and the ball is back with the University of Rochester. This is, I think, the second time in a row that this has happened with Miami. It has to be very frustrating. That is the danger of going too far behind the hoops, because either on purpose or on accident, I guess it wouldn't be on purpose if it's you, you can end up going out of bounds, and then that is a turnover. Not where you want to be when you're trying to score, of course. Number 35, Michael Perrell, bringing up the quaffle for U of R, going a little bit on the right side, trying to make a lane, passes it, tries to make a goal again. We saw this happen a few plays ago. This time it was lower on the center hoop than it was before. Palmer is making a run for it, is tackled by number 23, passes it to number 8, who recovers it. There is a
Rapp passes to number 1, though, who looks like they might have an option, but they are tackled by U of R, but they are not giving up. Passes it to another player, I'm not sure, but Rochester recovers.
Score is still 60-40. Game time is about 17 and a half minutes. That means there's approximately 2.5 minutes before intermission. 35 trying to score, and I think it went through this time. That is a much needed goal for University of Rochester. Given how this game has sort of, it started out trading goals back and forth, and it's been a bit of a stalemate for a while. University of Rochester would be well poised to have more quaffle points on the board going into the second half of this game. I believe they said 19 minutes across the other side of the field. Possibly it was 18. But we are getting closer to intermission. Miami 1 passes to 0, who attempts to pass another player who does not seem to be ready for it, and it is a turnover, or I don't know if it's officially a turnover. It's Rochester's ball. Hearing on the sidelines, the coach of Miami urging the team to take it slow because they have no subs for them. Definitely super important when you have such a small roster. Conserve your energy. Game time is 17:36. Everyone looking a little cold out here. I think the temperature may be dropping. Well, it's still 44 according to my phone. But of course the lights are out. Thankfully, it's not windy at all. Quite a beautiful night to be doing Quidditch. Just maybe these players wish they were wearing a little more layers, but we love this game. We play rain or shine. Ideally, just a tiny bit of rain. We won't play in a bunch of rain. But these are pretty good conditions. Cold aside, obviously beautiful facility here at the Voice America Metro Park. I don't believe there was a call on that play at all. So play will resume on the head ref's whistle. Play is resumed. 35 Perel, flanked by both beaters. Number 16, Madeline Fordham, and another player who I can't see, 57, I believe, Malcolm Orange on Rochester. 35 taking it really, really slow, seeing exactly where he can go with this ball. And it looks like it went through to me. Great job. I believe that whole thing was by number 35. Now the score is tied. 60-60. This is a fantastic position for Rochester being in. I think this is their strongest performance so far, just in terms of keeping pace with the other team and being tied and everything. So kudos for them for getting to this point. This game was supposed to be played much earlier in the day, but due to some delays, we moved the schedule around. Number 1, bringing the quaffle around. Attempted tackle by 53, but it does not quite work out. They go around the hoops. They attempt a goal, but it does not work, and they might recover their own shot. They are trying again, but I believe there might be Zachary Sobel-Pressman. I can't tell. Passes it back to 0. Great catch, but getting definitely pressed by number 53 again. That's Zachary Sobel-Pressman. And that is a goal. It looked like it went in. Fantastic goal from 70. Now the score is 70-60. Excuse me. I'm not quite sure who made the goal. I think it was Evan Baker, but don't quote me on it. But what I love I'm seeing from both these teams is don't give up. If you can still get that quaffle again afterward, go for it. And that is a great around the hoop shot by number 35, number Perel. This game is now tied again, folks, 70-70. This Rochester team is giving Miami a run for their money, that is for sure. Rochester and Miami's last game of the day. Rochester currently 3-0, or 0-3, and I believe Miami is 2-1. This game could help Rochester.
I believe, tomorrow. Also just give them a boost of confidence as they enter bracket play. And a goal by number 1 on the far side from Evan Baker.
And we are at intermission, everyone,
And this game
is on a pause. Score is 80-70 with Miami of Ohio, basically the home team, from Oxford, Ohio, if I recall correctly, which is not that far from here. University of Rochester, obviously from Rochester, New York. I believe they won the prize for furthest driven here. Oh no, well, they might tie with Nebraska. Nebraska and Rochester and Syracuse, I believe, are all equally very far away. We're so grateful to have these teams in the tournament. Normally we wouldn't see maybe this amount of regional diversity at one of our tournaments, but we loosened things up a little bit. We weren't sure where teams would be at following the year and a half that we all didn't have the USQ season. And it's just it's always such a treat to see regional diversity because you get really interesting results. Teams are playing outside of their bubble. They are probably more likely to find parity. And this day has just been really, really exciting. I've gotten to watch some really fantastic games. I don't know if I can pick my favorite, although I did love one of the Marquette ones. Maybe it was Marquette Pitt. Marquette U of R was really good too. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Yes, Miami has a small roster, but they're a very experienced team. They're 2-1. Rochester does have more people, but they've gone 0-3 today, and right now they are just 10 points down. Looks like Rochester is walking the quaffle up, but all of their players are in position number 35. Seekers have been released. Pitching is Christian Barnes. Both Seekers are going for it aggressively. Rochester beats the Seeker for Miami, giving number 23, Sam Hauser, some one-on-one time with Barnes to see if he can catch him quickly and get those 35 points for his team. Miami is now running the quaffle up. That is number 1, Evan Baker with the quaffle, and it doesn't quite look like there's too many Rochester chasers for him to make it through. He is trying, but number 0, Madison Cox, once again right exactly where she is supposed to be, is able to assist Baker with that goal, and score is now 90-70. Sam Hauser, I believe, is still on the other side of the field with Barnes. University of Rochester has both of its beaters on the Seeker. I'm not sure if they're going to want to continue doing that. Number 35 driving and makes it through the center hoop. Maybe I eat my words. Great goal by Michael Perrell.
One of the top scorers for Rochester, surely, at least in this game. Attempted bludger steal from Miami, but it does not go well, and they are sent back to hoops, or they get beat. Rochester bringing up the quaffle now. Perrell attempting what he had before, making a run for it, and scoring, bringing the total to 90-90. Sam Hauser still going for it, getting a lot of one-on-one time with Barnes right now, but the Miami Seeker is coming in. With both of these Seekers going for it, that is going to pressure Barnes more. And it's super intense when both Seekers are coming at you, and they're not. One of them is not defensive seeking, but Barnes is incredibly experienced. We do have an injury stop, though. We will be right back, folks. Hope this player is okay.
We will be right back, folks. The injured player is thankfully able to walk off the field, but I'm wondering if this is going to be an injury sub for Miami, Ohio. Hope Palmer is okay. Shout out to our amazing medical staff and our athletic trainer, Betsy. This is Betsy's third time working this regional championship. She's been with us all 3 times that we have been here, and it's so great to have her and her fantastic team handling the care of our awesome athletes. Play will resume soon as players return from their bench areas. Score is 90-90. Danny, what's set score?
150.
Set score is 150. I don't believe Miami has. Miami might have scored once.
I threw it down.
One team scored once. Don't mind me, folks. It's been a long day. I was trying to recall a score. Play will resume real soon, hopefully, and then we will see what's going to happen. 90-90 right now.
Okay, so you at what's the 5 right now, so you're gonna actually play a chaser. And when you come in, you have to play one of them. No, you have to have a seat.
They are negotiating what needs to happen with Miami's player numbers right now. You have to have a seeker.
She can just, if you need a seeker, you can either be her or it can be someone else in the position. The 4 of you are doing it.
I believe Miami's going to be playing a player down. They need to make sure that they have a seeker. Number 13 looks like they're going to be seeking Jen Hood. Jen Hood, it looks like, might be starting off broom, running back to hoops. Miami making a run for it. Passes again to Madison Cox. Madison Cox, what a fantastic chaser. Right place at the right time, always. I'm not sure if this is Samuel Hauser again or if this is another player from U of R when they turn around. I will see, but they are slowly worming their way through Christian, trying to break through to catch that snitch. Number 13, Jen Hood, making a run for it, but gets beat by Rochester. Rochester brings it around and scores. I think that might have been number 53, Zachary Sobel-Pressman, as we've talked about before, a real MVP for Rochester during this tournament. Number 23 is Sam Hauser, indeed, back in again for seeking. It would be very helpful for either of these teams to catch the snitch. Give them 35 points. Remember, set score is 150. There's some beater battle going, and now no one is near the seeker, but it looks, or no one is near the snitch, but there was a goal scored by Miami. I think there was a goal scored by Miami. There was. I missed who it was, though.
I'm just gonna stand back here for a while. Come on. I'm not doing anything.
Rochester has bludger control, and they are guarding their seeker very strongly. Easy goal for number 35 there. Michael Perel, another standout player from Rochester, making the goal. 23 makes a dive for it. Is not successful. And that was a goal for Miami. 120 to 110. Miami is up. We have a potential snitch catch. I don't think it's from Miami, though. I think it's from Rochester. We'll see if it's good. That would mean that Rochester is 1 goal away from winning this game.
Catch is good.
University of Rochester now gets an extra 35 points, putting them to 145. Score is now 120 to 145. University of Rochester just needs 1 more goal to win this game. I think they can do it, but we'll see what Miami is able to muster. Miami has been also having a fantastic game, playing very smart, handling their passes very well. I'm still super impressed with Madison Cox and all the assists that she's been able to do. Quaffle is being brought up by number 35, Michael Perrell, who we've seen score many a goal, both him and Zachary Sobel-Pressman, as well as several other players on Rochester. Moving slowly, this is an important moment for the team. Rochester with bludger control. Number 35 makes a go for it, but now there is a fast break on the part of Miami. Number 26 has it, but not anymore. Now it goes back to Deck Palmer. I believe Palmer is back in this game. It is a turnover. Rochester did not get that goal like they wanted. Miami is advancing the quaffle up the field. I believe number 1 has it, Evan Baker. Passing along the side on that, and it does not go into the center hoop. Miami recovers. Number 8, I believe, passes it to number 0. Attempted wrap by number 6 on Rochester, passes it back to number 8, who passes it to number 1. We'll see if Baker is able to recover. Is getting some pressure from Rochester, though. There's a call on that play. Remember, Rochester just needs 1 more goal. However, Miami needs 3. Set score is 150. Score is 120 to 145 at the last game of day 1 of the 2021 Great Lakes Regional Championship. What a day. 15 college teams, I believe 6 club teams, an incredible amount of regional diversity. Miami's goal was good. Score is now 150. Miami needs 2 more goals. Another close game, just like what we saw, well, not just what we saw in the last one because that was a little bit different, but close. Another close game here. I hope you all are enjoying this at home because I certainly am. University of Rochester has the quaffle now. We'll see them taking it slow. They really wanted to get bludger control back or keep it, and it looks like they have number 57 and number 18. But there is a beater sub. Going to have to make that really, really quickly to make sure that number 35 is protected. And that beater sub is sprinting across the field. Number 16 making sure that everyone is protected. Number 35 making a run for it, trying to go to the center hoop. And it goes to the center hoop, but there is a call on the play. I don't know why there's a call on the play. Maybe they're just making sure it went in. We'll see. I don't know what that would have been called for, but I was just watching Michael Perrell try to find their way to the center hoop. Releasing the ball at just the right time. Definitely a skill of Perrell, but you got to make sure you drop it at the right time or it'll bounce off the hoop like it did before. Let's see if this is what is going to happen or if we have a game-winning goal for the University of Rochester. Refs, tell me, please, what is happening? The people at home want to know. I want to know. The goal is good! University of Rochester. Game is over. Score is 130 to 155. Sorry, folks, they were taking so long. I was like, wait, is set score not 155? This is University of Rochester's first win. I think this is a big deal win against Miami. I know Miami has a really small roster, but again, very experienced team. They clearly played very well. Now Rochester enters bracket play 1-3 instead of 0-3. And Miami goes into bracket play 2-2. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. My name is Mary Kimball. I am still USQ's Executive Director. We will be here tomorrow bright and early at 8 a.m. to bring you even more games, even more fun. What else would you want to be doing on a Sunday but watch Quidditch? That's what I want to do. So please, if you're at home, stay warm for us. Grab some cocoa or some tea or something and some chips. I don't know. However you want to watch Quidditch, just be here 8 a.m. all day. These teams need you. Our sport needs you. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great night.